Okay, so picture this. You're born with a spear on your forehead. And I don't mean some delicate, pretty spiraling thing out of a fairy tale. No, this is a promise of power, a weapon that's going to grow to define your entire existence. This is the story of the unicorn that was actually real.
The unicorn we all think we know? It's a lie. A beautiful lie for sure, but a lie. It's this gentle white horse, all pure and magical. But the truth? Oh, the truth is so much better. It galloped across the frozen plains of Eurasia 50,000 years ago. It weighed 3.5 tons. It was a creature of pure muscle and fury. And instead of some dainty horn, it had a 2-meter keratin spear strapped to its face. This was the Elasmotherium.
Yeah, forget rainbows and all that magic. This creature was forged in the brutal, harsh reality of the Pleistocene. To really understand this animal, we have to kind of become it. So let's try. Your journey begins right now on frozen ground. The permafrost is just unforgiving under your wobbly new legs, but your mother's warm side is right there, like a solid wall of safety. You can hear her rumbling, low and deep. It's a vibration you feel right in your bones. And that's it. That's your first map of a frozen, dangerous world.
Survival. It's just coded into you from the second you're born. That little bud on your forehead, it's not really a horn yet, it's just a promise. The growing hump of muscle on your back, well, that's your future engine. Your mother teaches you the basics, how to use that little horn nub to dig for grass, and how to listen for the slightest, deadliest sound on the wind.
And you learn those lessons fast, because you have to. There's always danger. Out on the steppe, you are never truly alone, and that is not always a good thing. From the edges of the plains, there are yellow eyes, and they're always watching. Massive cave lions built to crush bone, and spotted hyenas, their cackles echoing with hunger, just waiting for a single calf to stray one step too far.
But your species didn't make it through the Ice Age on luck. It survived because of unity. When a threat shows up, an elder roars a signal that literally shakes the air, and instantly, the adults form a tight circle, a fortress of horns all pointing out. The calves, like you, are rushed into the center, safe behind this wall of muscle and fury. And in that moment, you learn the most important lesson of the steppe. Your greatest weapon isn't the horn on your face, it's the herd at your back.
But that herd defense was only possible because of how each one of these animals was built. So forget the myths for a second. This was an anatomy designed for war.
Let's start with the weight. 3.5 tons. That's like the mass of 2 cars. But it's all living, breathing power, pure muscle, tough sinew, and a thick, shaggy coat to fight off that relentless cold. And then you think about the size. 4.5 meters from nose to tail. This thing was a true giant of the steppe, an unstoppable force of nature when it decided to charge. And finally, the thing of legend, the horn. We're not talking a foot long or even a meter. This was a 2-meter spear of solid, compacted keratin, just ready for a fight. And it wasn't just for show. As you can see here, it was anchored directly to the frontal bone of the skull. That made it a biological sledgehammer. It was for ramming predators, for shoving rivals out of the way, and for plowing right through snow to find food. I mean, every single part of this animal was engineered for survival. Its teeth never stopped growing, like a grinding mill designed to just pulverize the toughest frozen grasses. The hump on its back stored fat for those long, brutal winters. Even its small ears and short tail were adaptations, all designed to conserve every last bit of precious heat. This body took millions of years to perfect.
But here's the thing. No amount of evolutionary engineering can prepare you for when the world itself just starts to break its own rules. Suddenly, the seasons start to lie. The permafrost starts to weep, turning solid ground into this sucking mud. The grasses your herd needs to survive, they just wither away. And every year, the journey to find food gets longer and more desperate.
And then, one night, you see something new. Orange lights flickering on the horizon. It's not lightning. These are fires that walk. You see these 2-legged shadows dancing between them. They don't hunt you, well, not yet, but they watch. They are carving your shape onto cave walls. You don't know the word legend, but you have just become one.
Now, for decades, science told a really simple story about how the Elasmotherium died out. But as it turns out, that whole story was wrong.
For the longest time, we thought this species vanished about 200,000 years ago, but new radiocarbon dating revealed a stunning truth. They survived until just 39,000 years ago. So what does that mean? It means they walked the Earth at the same time as modern humans. Our ancestors saw this animal. They feared it. They absolutely told stories about it.
So what finally brought it down? It was a perfect storm. The climate warmed up and stole its grasslands. And at the same time, a new intelligent predator started picking off the vulnerable ones. It all ended not with a bang, but with a whisper. Just imagine being the last one, hearing no thunder of hooves, no rumbling calls from the herd, just the wind blowing across an empty, silent steppe.
But you know, when the last elasmotherium fell, its story was far from over. Actually, in a really strange way, it was just beginning.
It makes you wonder, right? When does an animal stop being an animal and actually become a myth? Is it when the last one dies? Or is it when its story starts getting told around a fire?
When you lie down for that final time, you don't know that ice is going to seal your bones away. You have no idea that millennia later, a scientist's brush will uncover your skull. They'll give you a new name, Elasmotherium cybericum. You leave the ground behind and you enter something much stranger than any step, human imagination.
This creature was never a unicorn. It was better. It was real. And through its bones and through the legends it inspired, it gallops forever. Not through some enchanted forest, but through our collective memory. A journey from flesh to legend, from extinction to eternity.